Don't clown on me for this. U.S. Bank Stadium.
Vikings?
Yes. Just tell me I'm wrong.
Why are you laughing, Matt?
Just tell me I'm wrong.
That's the number one answer.
Is that really?
Yeah, it's actually number one.
What?
Yeah, US Bank Stadium.
I ain't in the mood, I ain't hit the groove, I ain't hit the mood.
Welcome everybody. When is the Win podcast? This is episode 32, pretty sure, of the podcast. I am myself, Samecookie. I'm joined with MattyB and HDouble. As always, say what's up.
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
I like the longhorn, the U horns. I think that's what they call it.
Oh no, if you want me to do the what's it, the Texas one, isn't it this?
I think so.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not a Texas fan, but it just reminded me. But
Yeah, hook up. And if you want to not,
oh yeah. They say hook 'em too.
Yeah.
You're right. But
I'm
yeah.
doing the Richard Nixon, the double peace sign.
Oh yeah, that is true, Richard Nixon. But yeah, this is episode 32 of a Win is a Win podcast. I think we've got a couple of spicy topics for today. I think the boys and I are all pretty excited to jump right into it and share discussions. But I wanted to ask, did you guys have any thoughts or opinions first before we go into the first topic?
I would like to say that Sam defeated Matt in fantasy. And so, well, remember I brought up last episode because you two were obviously played each other. So
Right.
One of you was going to have a win finally and join me in the win column, even though my team doesn't feel like it should have a win. Anyways, you join me in the win column because we are a win is a win.
True.
And
Charles?
Matt might have to get kicked off low-key if he doesn't win in fantasy because we're about wins here. And if Matt doesn't have me, doesn't really fit the. Oh, you like that, Sam? Doesn't really fit the.
I do.
Doesn't fit the vibe. So
I wasn't trying to gloat on Matt or anything and give him crap for it, but I like the theme of it. Usually, I don't think Charles is so much so, but I'm always the one that gets stomped on by Matt's fantasy team. So it kind of feels a little refreshing, but I have faith in Matt's team. He put about every player on the trade block today, so he's ready to make some moves.
Hey, I mean, statistically, Matt's going to get one win. We would hope at least. So. I don't think he'll be getting kicked off the podcast anytime soon.
You're right.
I don't know. I thought maybe I tank for who was it? Tank for Caleb Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
maybe in Dynasty.
In Dynasty, that would work.
Yeah, hey, Matt's also 0-2 in that league. Sorry to bring that up. But Matt's actually legit winless so far. Might have to tank for Caleb Williams.
Not winless in my other league that I did with my friend. I drafted this team for my friend. Do you want me to tell you who I drafted?
So it's his team and you helped him draft
So
essentially?
it's her team.
Oh,
but I basically play all the people and I do it. So I have
why does she have a team then?
Because she gets to win like $100 or $200.
I was gonna say it's a money pool, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the only explanation.
For her work. It's for her work. So I have Justin Fields as QB. I have Bijan Robinson and Josh Jacobs. I have Tyreek Hill and Calvin Ridley, Mark Andrews, Javonte Jets, and Justin Tucker. That was the starting this week, and we lost because my bench decided to blow up. Because on my bench, I had Tyler Lockett with a cool 27 or 25. I had George Pickens with the cool 31. DeAndre Swift with the cool 27.
Oh my God.
Michael Thomas with 13. Juwan Johnson, and then Adam Thielen with the cool 20, and Jared Goff with 23. So the bench outplayed the starters. So there you go. That is the team.
I'm sure the owner is happy with you right now.
The what?
I'm sure the owner is happy with you right now, saying that you started the wrong people.
Oh, she doesn't care. I was just like, I said I kind of started the wrong people this week. She goes, oh, That's okay. She was like, people at work told me that I have probably one of the best teams, if not the best team in the league, though. I said, well, considering our bench literally outscored our team, I was like, yeah, I think we're okay.
I also won't just let Matt take all the slack this episode or for fantasy because I actually scored the lowest this week. So I really don't have much to go off of either. So
yeah,
Matt and I are kind of together.
Guys, honestly. I mean,
your team wasn't much better, Sam.
Yeah, I know. I could dish it out a little bit, but my team was the lowest scoring of a winning team.
Because you scored what,
like 116.
Oh, okay.
And there was Charlie Brown, our other friend in the league. He scored, I think, like 135. So I felt kind of embarrassed, but a win is a win, you know.
Hey, a win is a win. Only play people who's on your schedule. So
that is true. My bench.
Lucky for you, I was on your schedule this week because my team is just chunks right now.
No, I was definitely lucky. I didn't really want to give you crap because a few of your players did not play at all. But
pretty much all of my players except for like Mark Andrews played, so I didn't play. So
that's true.
Hey, all I gotta say is we're moving on next week. That's what me and my team. That's what me and my team's all about next week.
On to Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like a Bill Belichick quote. Or on to Cincinnati.
This is kind of maybe a little teaser of the next episode. It might be a little bit fantasy based. Just saying. Just want to point that out there. So
yeah, for sure.
A little spoiler.
We're all excited for it. I think initially our plan might try to be to reach out to anyone in our league that wants to hang out and talk with us for next episode. But that's all still in the works. So yeah. But outside of that, I guess we're gonna jump into our first topic. I brought up to Charles and Matt a little bit that I wasn't 100% satisfied with the MLB talk last episode. I just crave baseball 24/7. So there's a couple other points I wanted to bring up. There has actually been some big news that has happened in the past couple of days since recording this episode.
Playoffs?
What was that?
That the Cardinals made the playoffs?
Oh no, that's gonna take at least a year.
Oh, okay.
I'm not that high at it, but that actually is a good transition, Matt, because one of the first things I wanted to bring up was yesterday, September 18th, Adam Wainwright. I won't say he's the GOAT, but our beloved Adam Wainwright, he finally reached 200 wins as a starting pitcher, which is awesome to see. He is probably one of the worst. I mean, I love the man, but he's probably been one of the worst starting pitchers in the whole league this year. He was really good like the year before and every year before that pretty much, but he has a nearly 8 ERA and he is a major league caliber starting pitcher. If he wasn't the age that he is right now, and if he wasn't trying to get to that milestone, he would probably be in single A ball right now with how well he's pitching. He's throwing like 80-mile-per-hour meatballs half the time. It's pretty bad. Like I think all three of us could go toe to toe with Adam Lane right now. I'm just saying.
Wow. That's a bold hot
take. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a hot take, but I wanted to lift everyone up a little bit from our pitching stance. I've seen Matt. I think you're pretty good. I've seen Charles pitch, and Charles has seen me pitch at least. I think we're both solid at least. We can stand our ground.
Yeah, we're solid against little leaguers.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I got you. We can we could get it to the plate.
See me pitch or see me hit?
I think he's saying pitching.
Yeah, I was talking about.
I mean, we can get to the plate. We could maybe get a strike call if the batter doesn't swing. But
yeah.
In all honesty, though, this is actually, I know we like to give the Cardinals a hard time, and it's been a perfect year for that. But this is actually really cool for them. They obviously had Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols last year, which was a really cool send off for them. Fun season. Obviously, not a fun postseason. Another little jab at you, but yeah, it's really cool to see. He's the 122nd pitcher to get to 200 career wins. I looked that up, and he's also the third in Cardinals history So that is something that's up there in the record books. And obviously, it's been a tough season for you guys. And so, like you said, this is something that you can actually be excited for. They're going to have, like festivities, the last series of the season at home for him, and like have a farewell send off. And so that, at least that's a bright spot in a dim season for you guys. And it's really cool because Adam Wainwright, I've known that name since, I was in like 5th grade, whenever. Like, when you think, especially because, that the 2011 team and all, you still remember the name Adam Wainwright. And so it shows, he's been loyal to the Cardinals, and he's been a model of consistency for them. He's been able to, pitch as long as he has. It is really cool, and I'm happy for him. And I will say I'm happy for the Cardinals. It's really cool to see. So congratulations to him. That is actually a really, really big achievement.
Yeah.
Hey, all flowers from me, man. I got nothing negative to say about that.
Do these 200 wins include postseason as well?
No, I'm pretty sure these only.
It's just regular season, right?
200 regular season wins. Yeah.
Okay. Sam, do you know the 2 other pitchers in Cardinals history who've gotten 200?
Oh goodness.
You should have won. Even I know this name.
Bob Gibson is one. Yeah. I just saw the stat though, like a couple of hours ago. I'm pretty sure it's like Rob Healy or something like that. He has like 202 wins or something.
That is incorrect according to the article I'm looking at.
Oh no.
It is Jesse Haynes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
I've actually never really heard of that name. You have,
yeah.
Sam, I'm assuming. Yeah.
No, I've never.
I've only heard of Bob Gibson, but I think everyone has because he was a pretty good pitcher. So, but I do have to say, as much as we do clown on the Cardinals a little bit because it's fun to just kind of mess with Sam, it is a pretty cool milestone and mile mark. I mean, some teams don't even have that. I mean, granted, the Diamondbacks haven't been around for very long, but I don't think we have a 200 win pitcher in our history. Because I don't think you'd count Randy Johnson just because he had time with the Mariners and the Diamondbacks. Because I'm pretty sure he had 200 wins. But only 122 pitchers have gotten 200 wins in the major leagues, and that's what, over 100 years plus of baseball, So that's like, if you did the math, right, that'd be like one every year, which, hey, that's pretty insane, because how many major leaguers, right? How many baseball players are from single A to major leagues, and just making it to the major leagues and being around for, 3 or 4 years is pretty impressive. But to be around for as long as Wainwright has and as many wins, super impressive. And like Charles said, just give him the flowers and stuff, because that's really cool, really special. So it's good I think it's good that this happened during a down year for the Cardinals, because at least they can celebrate, something cool and something fun, rather than, oh, this season was a waste. It's like, oh no, like Wainwright, like he did this and that, So I'm happy that he got that milestone yesterday. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. I was joking with the boys earlier before we started the podcast that this is the only bright spot in the Cardinals season this year. And I mean, I'm not really joking about it. There's not really a whole lot to celebrate about outside of that happening. Sure, we have a lot of like really bright up and coming rookies coming up, but other than that, there's not much else to celebrate, at least for this year. Last year was obviously a really big splash with the goodbye tour from Pujols and Yachty, which was amazing. Originally, a lot of people were saying like, oh, Waino should have just gone along with them, but he was really close to this 200 win mark, and obviously he wanted to play this last final season to try to reach it. So it's just more extra amazing in that part, just because he fought all year. He obviously knows he hasn't played the greatest this year either, but at least being able to see him tough it out and finally get to that 200 mark is pretty cool to see. And on probably the second to last start of his career too, which is pretty cool to see as like a photo finish.
Also, 7 strong innings shutout.
Yeah, I know.
Good win to get on too. So he pitched pretty well too.
It was actually really impressive, because I was watching most of the game, and he actually shut out the Brewers, the NL Central leading Brewers. They're they're supposed to have a pretty decent offense. So, I mean, Adam Wainwright, he clutched up. He pitched 7 scoreless innings, so I'm happy for him.
Ray, is it time for the Ray Stadium? The other little baseball nugget
Yeah,
we
sure.
had planned? Yeah.
We can talk about it for a little bit. I just personally thought this was pretty interesting seeing about it. So I was pretty bored at work, and whenever I'm bored at work, I just try to look up different articles. And the big article that popped up this morning was that the Rays, they finally signed a deal with the city of Tampa to, I believe, gain land to build a brand new Rays stadium. And I thought it was pretty interesting because that was a long time coming for the team. They've been talking about getting a new stadium for at least 3-4 years. Obviously, there's the worst in the league, and I'm pretty happy for their fans right now too, because I know a lot were kind of frustrated with the team in the city because there were legitimate negotiations about moving the team to like Montreal or Vancouver or Nashville or some other place like that. And that would just be really disappointing, a la the A's. But no, I'm really happy that they finally got a new stadium deal, and it's gonna be really exciting to see. So, do you guys have any thoughts on it?
I just know that their stadium now is, by most baseball fans, deemed as the worst. And so good for them. I'm excited to see what it looks like. I always enjoy new stadiums because, we're getting more innovative and creative with buildings, and we have technology and better tools and all that stuff to make these. So I'm excited to see what it'll look like. It says it'll be open in 2028. This is the expected year. So obviously 5 years away. We got to wait, but I'll be excited to see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited for them. Glad they didn't move. And nice that they're putting back into their team, They've been good for a couple of years now. So that's pretty exciting. And Tropicana Field isn't the best, So I'm pretty excited for them. I think it'll be great. And I think that just speaks to how good they've been the past couple of years, that, hey, we see it, we get it. So let's make you guys have a new stadium. So I think it's pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
So
think that was
we're
a
gonna
stereo
yeah.
agreement.
So this is kind of more of our NFL centered episodes. As we had said, these episodes will be released on Thursdays. We're gonna recap the previous week from the NFL and any major headlines. And we did the over and under achievers last week, and we talked about it, and we said this was a really good topic because it helps bring a wide discussion of topic in the NFL, because we're all going to pick different over and under achievers. So it covers a lot of areas from what happened in the week. And so you can expect that to be probably a weekly segment when we talk about football. And even with other sports, we're going to probably implement it because it is a really good way to get out and talk about a wide variety of what had happened. So we're going to get into our over and under achievers from week 2, which has wrapped up. Who wants to start with let's go with an underachiever first. Who wants to kick us off? Matt? All right, go for it. Give us your underachiever from week 2.
I have 2.
Bonus points, huh?
Yeah, but I'm only going to do one. I'm going to do an honorable mention. Honorable mention for underachiever, I would have to say, is the Browns this week. I mean, after playing so well against the Bengals, you kind of lay a goose egg against the Steelers, and I don't know if anyone else has them as their underachiever, so we can talk about that later. If not, we can come back. But that's my honorable mention. My underachiever of the week, and this isn't because, and this is an underachiever who actually won. Okay, so this is an underachiever who won.
I like that. Good one.
I'm actually going to go with the Chiefs, not because I like to meme on Sam, but I really do think they did underachieve. Granted, they were playing the Jags, and obviously the Jags are probably one of the better teams in the AFC. But you get Travis Kelce back, you get Chris Jones back. But I didn't really like what I saw from them. The score ended up being 17-9. I I think the Jags could have put up more points. They were just kind of making some dumb, stupid mistakes. But I mean, when I look at like a Chiefs offense, I think this is something we've gotten accustomed to. And it kind of makes me feel like you know how like that one year, it was the last year Brady was in New England and they lost to the Titans in the playoffs. It feels like that is like kind of what the Chiefs are doing right now. Like they're barely getting by. They're scoring enough points to win, but it doesn't make you like, oh man, like these are definitely the team to beat. You know, like to me, it was like, so scoring 17 points, I think for that offense is kind of bad. Because I don't think the Jags really had like, they're not like the best defense in the world, you know. Obviously, it does help about Travis Kelce back, and you could see Patrick Mahomes went back to Travis Kelce, and it was good to see Kadarius Toney getting back into it and catching some passes and everything. But I was just kind of watching and following the game, and like it was just like, man, this is just like I usually do like watching the Chiefs for their offense. You know, granted, I don't like the Chiefs, but I like their offense. But it was really a struggle to watch, and I felt like you have all this momentum coming back. You know, you did lose a game against the Lions, but you have Chris Jones now, you have Travis Kelce, a lot of hype. And then like you leave it late till the fourth quarter, you finally get your 17th point, and it's like, oh yeah, we won 17-9. And so for me for this week, that's kind of my underachiever of the week. Not because they didn't win, because obviously they won. Just looking around the other leagues, like there were other teams that I thought were way more impressive that did better with what they had. So for me, it's the Chiefs this week.
Did you want to go, Sam? I thought I would expect a quick response from you.
No, I mean, no, Matt's right. I was a little disappointed. Obviously, I followed the game pretty closely too. And the offense looked not like the Chiefs at all, pretty much throughout the whole game. Mahomes, he threw a pretty like honest pick. I mean, that was on him. And yeah, they just didn't look like how the Chiefs usually do. Hopefully, I'm just chalking it off as the Chiefs are still trying to figure out the offense, and Travis Kelce wasn't really fully healed from his injury. But I don't know if I can really excuse that kind of a performance. Hopefully, the Jags team is better than we think they are. I mean, they did finish off pretty well last season, even though they got stomped by us in the divisional round. But that's besides the point. But yeah, hopefully, I'm really hoping the Chiefs do a little bit better performance next week. They kind of played a little lackluster last week too, so we haven't really even seen a good game from them this season to start. But I'm hoping that changes next week at least. I'm glad that we got the dub at least, and we can just move on from that. But hopefully they do improve a little bit next week.
I think it's the Chiefs offense was the underachiever. I actually think their defense was
No, their defense did really well. I'm just saying, you know, like
I would say overall because of that it evens out, so it wouldn't be an underachiever. I would just consider the offense an underachiever. I thought the defense was actually maybe an overachiever because they did a really good job holding the Jags when the Jags had good field position. You know, from like one of the turnovers and stuff like that, special teams. So yeah, I'm not really worried though about the Chiefs. I don't think you are, Sam, because you have Mahomes. It'll work out. Everyone thought that they weren't going to be that great last year after losing Tyreek Hill, won the Super Bowl. So, but yeah, for this week, it was a little strange, especially when it was like 3-0 for the longest time. I didn't actually watch the game. I was watching other games, but it was like 3-0 until almost halftime, and I was like, "What's happening in this game?" So, yeah,
no, those are my initial thoughts too. But giving my personal underperformer of the week, I would go strictly from one player. I was pretty. I mean, this is gonna sound mean, but I was pretty almost disgusted by how he played. It was pretty terrible.
Oh boy.
I mainly saw highlights. So I'm talking about Justin Fields. He played horribly, honestly. The score doesn't do justice. I mean, they only lost by 10 points to the Buccaneers. First off, though, I don't think the Buccaneers, I still think they're a fluke team. I don't know how they're winning these closer games. They definitely did not deserve to win this week, though. I mean, Justin Fields had a horrible stat line for this week too. It was just bad. Like anytime I was watching like footage of the game happening and Justin Fields would drop back to pass, he would always make a horrible decision. Like he would always try to scramble and just gain a few yards whenever he probably shouldn't have. He was always just keeping the ball to himself whenever he should have just thrown it to open receivers that he had. I mean, you can't really excuse this now. I mean, the team had the worst record in the league last season, and people were chalking that up, and it's like, oh, Justin Fields has improved week after week, and he'll just play even better this year. But he's played terribly. Like he played still pretty awfully week one, and he played even worse this last week too. So I don't think there's any bright end of the tunnel for Justin Fields. He really needs to work on his game. I know I'm being a little bit harsh, but I was not impressed at all by the man.
Sounds like you're flipping a little bit from. I remember our in-person episode when I asked about the Bears. You were pretty high on Justin Fields, you and
I
Matt,
know.
going into the season. It's still early.
Yeah.
I still had questions, and I still think, and I think obviously that's valid right now because you bring up a really good point because I saw a video too about some of the plays where he decided to escape the pocket or attempt to escape the pocket where he had open receivers and you could see it, and it just, you wonder like, how is he not seeing this? It's a concern because there's been a lot of plays where guys are open. You know, even if it's a third and short, you make the smart play to get the first down, and he's not seeing that because it showed like 4 or 5 plays of easy conversions or what would be pretty easy that he didn't make because he decided to go somewhere else or decided to try and run with it. And now I think obviously he exploded near the end of last year with his legs. I think teams now, obviously they've had more time to study that and they understand that aspect. So now they have more of an idea of how to shut it down to make him throw more, make him stay in the pocket. And as you can see, it's not going great for him. I still believe that he can be a starting quarterback, but there's a lot. It's kind of like Zach Wilson too. There's just the mental side, like the mental side. There's just some things, some mental mistakes he's making or plays he's not making that you just don't. It just scares you, and so yeah, it has not been an ideal start. I named the Bears as my underachiever last week because I really did think that they would perform better, and I thought Justin Fields would perform better, and he's performed worse. So it is definitely not what you want to see, but it's early, so you can still get in a rhythm, but it's obviously not a good start at all.
Yeah. I think part of the initial hype that came with me praising him so high on our in-person episode was just more because of that big splash that they made during the draft where they gave up. They tried to move up in exchange for, well, they moved down actually in exchange for DJ Moore. DJ Moore is an amazing player, but he's done next to nothing so far with the Bears. And historically, they perform terribly for like passing in the passing game. So obviously it's yet to see, but he looks not great 2 weeks in. So
yeah. My underachiever of the week, I've had a tough time. There's been a few. You guys have mentioned some good ones. I think I'm gonna go with the Chargers, I think, and Justin Herbert specifically, because when I look, obviously the Titans, I think, are one of those underrated teams. I know they obviously were not great against the Saints, but the Saints are tough. But the Titans are always one of those teams you kind of don't think are that good, but they end up being a tough opponent. But when I was looking at the breakdown of the game, I know Justin Herbert led them to a game-tying field goal, but before that, it was 2 straight punts, and then they got the ball in overtime, and it was a 3-and-out. And I know you know it's not all Justin Herbert. You can say that, it's the whole team and all, but he's been in this league a few years now, and he's gotten a lot of high praise. But you got to win games like that. You got to make drives. You can't win the toss in overtime and go 3-and-out and be called an elite quarterback. I personally think Justin Herbert is overrated because there's been too many instances of games like this that he cannot seem to win. And I'm not saying that he can't, not win like in the future, but so far his track record, he's lost a way more of those than he's won in those close games. And he doesn't seem to lead clutch drives when need be. Obviously, you saw the wild card game last year, couldn't convert when they needed it, and they ended up blowing that lead. And so I'm disappointed in Justin Herbert and the Chargers, who are 0-2 now. And it seems a lot of people are really high on them, expect them to compete with the Chiefs in the AFC West. They have the last couple of years. They haven't been able to, and so far it doesn't look like they're going to this year if they're playing like this, if they're still, losing games like that, like they are. And the Dolphins one, you can argue obviously Tua and the offense was great, and their offense was great, but in this game they got to win that one. They got to beat the Titans. They just got to win that game. And so that's my underachiever of the week.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. The Chargers are definitely the most underperforming team, I think, in the league outside of the Bengals. I mean, you can chalk most of that off to just Joe Burrow not being how he usually is. But Charles, you made a good point, though. Justin Herbert is probably one of the most unclutched quarterbacks in the league. I don't know if I would say he's overhyped yet, but he definitely has a lot of talent that he's letting it go to waste just because he can't finish out games and get wins. There is too many games to count at this point to where he's just been incredibly unclutched and not even as just one player himself, losing the whole game by himself. But I mean, there's no leadership skills I'm seeing. There's nothing like that happening. I mean, bold a little bit, I know, but I mean, anytime I think of Justin Herbert and the Chargers, I always go back to last year and they blew that giant playoff lead against the Jags. And yeah, just a sour taste. I mean, I can't be too dissatisfied with Justin Herbert and the Chargers just because they've always been a competitor against the Chiefs in the division, but it's depressing to see.
Matt, you've been quiet for a bit. You got any thoughts?
I mean, I think it's disappointing because we thought of them higher, but I mean, you lose a 2-point game to the Dolphins, which why you're playing man coverage against Tyreek Hill, I don't understand it. I don't know. So there's that. But then you lose to the Titans, which I don't think they should have. So I can see why they're underperforming. However, if I was to say which 0-2 team still has a chance, I would probably say at this point it's them or the Bengals have a chance to crawl out. But
yeah,
I can definitely see as they're underachieving. I mean, I agree with pretty much what you and Sam said. So,
and even just real quick, the Dolphins game, when they go down 2 and you can win with a field goal, they go 5 plays and turn it over on downs and don't really make any progress. And again, it's like you expect someone like a Justin Herbert to lead you on a game-winning field goal drive. You really do expect that, and that's just something he hasn't been delivering on. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the positives of the week. The overachievers.
Oh yeah.
And I will go first. I will get us started on the overachiever trend. There were a lot of teams and players to pick from, some good ones, but I'm sticking with the home team. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens as my overachiever.
No.
Now, yes, you can say Joe Burrow isn't right, and I agree with you. He's not. The Bengals aren't right. But this is still a division game on the road, and my comment why they're the overachievers. We had 6 key starters out. Obviously, JK's done for the year. Tyler Lindenbaum, starting center, out. Ronnie Stanley, one of the best left tackles, he's out. Marlon Humphrey, our best corner's out. Marcus Williams, probably our best safety, he's out. That's 6 total guys right there. And we came into Cincinnati and pulled out a win, which was really, really nice because Lamar played so much better than week 1. Week 1, he was sloppy. He was almost an underachiever for me last week. This week was definitely not the case. He performed like the Lamar I know he can be. And to go in and get that win is really important, especially now because obviously the Bengals are 0-2, 0-2 in the division, and the Browns just lost to the Steelers, which was big. That gives us a little bit of a leap early in the division. And so I was just really impressed with the win. We got our ground game going. Our defense really played hard with with our two best guys in the back end out. So I'm gonna give it to the Ravens. I know, shocking,
Yeah,
huh?
pretty excited about that one too. I
It
mean,
was I was hyped. It was a really good win. I wasn't too sure. And obviously we gave up a punt return touchdown, which they threw a flag and then pulled it off. So I don't know exactly what happened, but obviously Joe Burrow scored 2 touchdowns, but it was kind of more later in the game. But like besides that punt return, we had really been shutting them down. And so
yeah,
yeah.
definitely credit to the Ravens where credit is due. I was definitely I could not say I was a believer as much as Charles was. He was hyping the game up pretty well, and I mean it makes sense. It's a pretty big divisional game against the Bengals on the road too. But yeah, no, the team looked pretty good from what I saw at least. Charles obviously got a lot more insight than I did. Lamar looked pretty good. I won't lie. It's kind of sad to see OBJ. He got
He got
during the
hurt in
game.
the second quarter. Thank you.
Yeah,
Another injury. Too
yeah,
many.
I know. Another common Ravens injury. It happens a lot. But Zay Flowers looked amazing. I'll agree with that too. I am absolutely I'm absolutely punching the air right now that I don't have Zay Flowers on my fantasy team because he would be awesome. And he would be so much fun to root for too. I will say.
I got him in Dynasty. I already knew. I was almost picked the overachiever as the Lamar throw to Zay Flowers, that dart,
Yeah.
that he just absolutely zipped to him across the field or in the middle of the field. I almost picked that specific play as the overachiever of the week, but I
That
didn't.
specific
I
one.
didn't. Yeah.
I know Mahomes tried to play like that. I think it was the Sky Moore during the Jags game, but there were 2 defenders on him, and Sky Moore was just like sandwiched in between 2 of the defenders. And that's where he got his pick from. But that dot to Zay Flowers is pretty good. I'll agree with that. So good pick. Good pick for overachiever.
Thank you.
I agree. Can't complain. I thought you were going to do Ravens, but I can't confirm he did. So
Yeah. No surprises. I guess I will go ahead and talk about my overachiever. Since Charles brought up a team, I'll go ahead and bring up a team too. My initial pick for an overachiever this week would have been Josh Allen, but I mean, I'd be pretty confident and just say I'd go ahead and say the whole Bills team was an overachiever this week. They played so much better than how they did week 1. Josh Allen actually looks like a pretty good quarterback. He had 4 turnovers, which is ridiculous to think about last week. And this current week he didn't have any. So he said in the post-game conferences that he will improve as a player. He actually showed up and he did what he said he was going to do. It's pretty awesome to see. And the whole team balled out with him, which is awesome. He is the complete anti-Justin Herbert. He actually clutched up. I mean, it wasn't a close game. They won the game too, but he clutched up.
Yeah, I mean, got back on track. They blew the Raiders out, and they obviously should have. They're a much better team than them. So, yeah, I would say they probably did do better than I thought. So that is a good pick with how they performed last week. So,
Oh, definitely.
that was a good pick. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, you guys covered it pretty well. So for me, for my overachiever, I'm going to go with the Falcons as my overachiever. I think if you would have said, oh, the Falcons are going to be 2-0 going into week 3, I think we'd be like, maybe, probably not, but maybe. But their win against the Packers was pretty good. I mean, everyone, like, once the Packers won last week, they're like, oh my gosh, the Packers are back. They're going to win the division and everything. And then the Falcons come in. I mean, granted, it's at their home and stuff, but they played pretty well, shut Jordan Love down, even though Jordan Love did play pretty well. But they beat a quality team, and so I think this really helps if you're a Falcons fan, like, okay, like we have something. And yeah, Desmond Ritter doesn't have have to like win us the game because we have Bijan and Drake London and stuff like that. But it definitely helps to have those guys. So for me, it was the Falcons. They played really well, and it looks like a team that has an offense that can really put up some points. So I really like them.
I'd say they're one of the most kind of complete teams, and when I say it, and in that sense, it's like they really win as a team. They have, they're really gelled together, and they really do get those gritty wins because of how much of a team they are. And I really liked how they constructed the team, and obviously they've got a good run game, and their defense is competitive, and so I really like what they're doing. I still worry about Desmond Ridder when they go up against, I would say, tougher competition, because I know the Packers smoked the Bears. Look at the Bears now. I wasn't too high on the Packers necessarily, but still, it's impressive. I mean, to come back too, that's the thing. They were down 12, 13. Wow, I can't remember what they were down by. To come back and win, that's what was really impressive about it. So, yeah, I like what they're doing there in Atlanta.
Definitely credit to Bijan Robinson. He was definitely the most hyped up pick for this year's draft, and he has performed above and beyond, I would say, especially as a running back too. A rookie running back is unheard of doing so well as he's been doing so far this year. But he's been an absolute stud for the first 2 weeks. Hopefully he keeps it up because it's pretty fun and electric to see. I just wish he was on my fantasy team, and he's not, so I'm a little mad about that.
Trade for him.
Do what for him?
Trade for him.
Oh, trade for him?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. That would probably be tough to get a bargain for. I mean, he's one of the most hyped up running backs this year, I think. And this is actually a transition along with big running backs. They keep getting injured. I mean, Nick Chubb this week, he got a season-ending knee injury, and he's probably. I mean, if you would have asked me before the season started, I would have told you that Nick Chubb was probably one of the best running backs in the league. So it's pretty terrible to see him go down and have his season end just like that. But running backs are kind of becoming scarce now.
I didn't actually know he had a major injury in college, and this was the same knee. So that's really, really bad as well. But I didn't know he got injured in college because I'd always known him as really durable because he's not missed much at all in his NFL career. And he is kind of someone at this point, because this was what, 6th year in the league, and he'd been pretty healthy and with running, and he'd still been, one of the best too. Running backs fall off pretty quickly. So he's kind of one of those guys I almost was like, oh, he's Superman type of guys. Like, he's not going to get hurt. He's going to come in and get you what you need every week. And so to see that really, really does suck. And like I said, I mean, I know the Ravens are dealing with a ton of injuries, so I've been seeing it firsthand. There's been a lot of injuries, it seems like, these first 2 weeks, and it really does suck. But that's just football, and those things are going to happen every now and then. You can't control that. It's football plays. They know what they're sign up for when they play this game, and it just sucks when that happens. You never want to see it, but yeah, I feel gutted because he's one of the most likable guys too. So
yeah, no, agreed. That Superman role actually goes to McCaffrey. 49ers McCaffrey.
Yeah, I was gonna say 49ers McCaffrey.
Yeah,
before he'd been kind of
this whole different story.
Yeah, the first those a couple of years in Carolina, a couple of his last years, he had some big injuries. He didn't really play. You're kind of wondering, I don't know. And then he played with Carolina at the beginning of last year, didn't get hurt, and then goes to San Fran, and he's been, really good ever since then. So,
yeah, hopefully that keeps up.
Why is that? Because he's on your fantasy team.
I wasn't going to say that part, but
I think that's what you were thinking, though.
Yeah, I am. I'll just be honest. I'm the biggest McCaffrey fanboy. I've wanted him on my fantasy team. I know we keep bringing it up, but I've wanted him on my team for at least like 3 years because he always seems to ball out. I know he's had a few injury scares here and there, and he doesn't play every other week, but now he looks genuinely like healthy and good to play, So I'm over the moon about him. But I won't spill all the beans for this episode. That might have to be in the next episode.
All right, sweet. We want to go into the last segment, which is a little surprise for you two.
Yeah.
Is it a quick segment?
Well, we can make it. I think we can do it quick if I cut it down a little bit, because we're probably running pretty soon on time, aren't we?
Like 15 seconds soon.
15 seconds. We're already at 45.
Yeah.
Dang. Wow.
15 seconds.
Shoot.
Go quick,
Well,
Charles.
I mean, we can if you want. If you guys want to call
Yeah.
it here, we can. It's up to you guys.
I'll be down. I want to hear about the.
You wanna? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you two unknowingly are now participants in a game show. This is a game show that everyone loves.
Okay.
You guys are going to be playing, and I took this from the channel. I saw this. I pulled it up so I can give them credit. JM Baseball. I don't know if you guys have seen them before, but they did the MLB edition of this. They did Baseball Feud, aka Family Feud.
Oh, I have actually seen
I
that.
am going to have you guys play NFL Football Feud.
Oh,
You
okay.
two are the contestants, and we might just do 2 rounds because I was going to maybe look at 4. We're already pretty high on time, so I'll probably just cut down to 2. And so one of you will go first, round 1. The other will go first, round 2. And so I have pulled a couple topics of questions and the top 5 answers. Obviously, if you get answer number 1, 5 points. Answer number 2, 4 points, etc. You have 3 X's. So if you guess the wrong answer, that's an X. If you guess the right answer, you don't get an X. But once you get 3 X's, you are out. And whoever has the most points wins. And I saw them do this with MLB topics, and it was a really fun video, and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, I would like to do that on the podcast. So this is a little test to see how it works. If we really like it, might have to throw it in for a longer session, maybe a whole episode. But yeah, you guys are going to play NFL Football Feud. Now,
Sounds good.
Since Sam won in fantasy this week, would you like to go first this round, Sam, or second round? You get to pick.
Sure, I'll go first.
This round? Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to go. So I had 4 brought up.
I mean, if they're quick like that,
It just depends on how long you guys take to guess. But I'll go with this one because this is a good one. Okay. So name the top 5 NFL selling player jerseys from 2022. So last year. Because obviously we've only had a couple weeks. So I didn't want to do this year. So name the top 5 selling jerseys in the NFL from last year. Sam, you're on the clock. You have the first guess.
Okay. Well, I think that at least 3 are no-brainers for that list. There's probably Jay Jettas.
Wait, you only get one guess.
Oh, I only get
Jay Jettas? Yeah, you give a guess.
One guess. Yeah,
and then I'll be like, okay, this is it. And then it goes to Matt.
My bad. I think I was
Yeah.
Jeopardy instead of Family Feud.
Okay, so Jettas.
Jettas is my guess.
Justin Jefferson is not on the board, so that is 1 X
Really?
for Sam. No, he's
Wow,
not.
I am surprised by that. I thought it was a lock.
All right, Matt.
Go with my homeboy.
Mahomes. He is number 3 on the list, so you get 3 points for that. All right, let me get that marked down.
It's a big guess.
All right, Sam.
Jamar Chase.
Sam, that is incorrect.
He's gotta be.
He is not on the board.
How is neither receiver on the board? Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna go with Brady.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not on the board.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
So you guys still have 1, 2, 4, and 5. Sam, you're down to 1 more. If you get this wrong, you're done. Matt can.
I'm already in hot water.
Yeah, you got to get this.
I mean, there's a lot of people I could guess for this. I'll just keep it going though. I'll guess Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is not on the board. Sam with 0 points. Start round 1.
That's
all right,
so bad.
Matt, you have 2 more wrong answers. See if you can clean the board off.
Let's go with Burrow.
Joe Burrow. He is our number 4 answer. So that is 2 points for Matt, who's up to 5 now. All right, it's another guess.
Go Kelsey.
He is not on the board.
Okay.
2 strikes for Matt. You have 1 more.
I'm just thinking of who I've seen a lot of recently. My goodness. So I
Yeah.
got Mahomes, Burrow.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like who else. Jeez, this is hard.
You guys weren't prepared at all either. That's why I want to keep it a surprise. So
No.
Yeah, good.
all right, 10 seconds. We can't have you wait too long. 10.
Okay, Rogers.
Rogers, that is incorrect. All right. So number 5 was CeeDee Lamb,
Okay,
Cowboys. Number 2 was Micah Parsons.
Cowboys.
And then number 1 was Josh Allen.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. This was
really
from the
high.
NFL. This from
Okay.
NFL's website, from their sales. That's who their top 5 were. Jalen Hurts was on. This was from the top 10 I'm looking at. Jalen Hurts was like 7th, I think. No, he was 8th. Tom Brady was 10th.
Dang.
So, and Justin Jefferson was 7th also.
Oh,
So yeah.
wow.
All right. Next topic. You guys thinking all 4 then? You guys like this?
Yeah, no,
All right.
that's a good idea. I like this.
We're gonna go with. Okay, we're gonna go with a little bit of a different one. All right. So this is the PFF graded top players of the 2010 decades, but non-quarterback edition.
Whoa.
No quarterbacks.
Non-quarterback.
So Matt, 2010 all like top players from the 2010s decade graded by PFF. This is where I'm getting this from.
Okay, McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. He is not on the board. That is incorrect.
Is this like top 5 or top 10?
Yeah, this is like the top 5 non-quarterback graded players from the decade.
Okay.
From the
All right.
entire 2010s decade.
Yep. This was posted in 2020, so.
Okay.
But I wanted to do something recent so that
That's
you'd
fair,
have more of an
that's
idea.
fair.
I didn't want to
Oh,
do like
it's-
all time.
20? Oh.
I'm
okay.
gonna take a little.
Well, it got
step
posted in 2020 from the 2010s decade, though.
back. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I would say Gronk.
Gronk.
Yeah,
Gronk is our number 3 answer.
nice.
He's number 5 overall. So
Nice.
yes,
Okay.
Gronk is our number 3 answer. So that's 3 points for Sam. Big guess there.
Yeah.
All right,
I
Matt.
Probably
go-
one of the
Antonio Brown.
That is incorrect. He is not on the board.
surprise.
2 strikes
Yeah.
for Matt.
Well, it's definitely hard to think of a second person. Top performers in 2010s, man. This might be a stretch too, but I don't know. I have Patriots on my mind. So Julian Edelman, is he on the list?
No, he's not on the list.
That was so bad you didn't even have to check.
Yeah, I know he's not. No, yeah,
Oh.
no, he's not there.
Okay.
All right, Matt, you have one more.
Um,
Come on, clutch up.
JJ Watt.
He's close, but he's not in the top 5.
Ugh.
I think he was 6th or 7th, if I remember right. So
Ugh.
Matt is officially out of guesses. So Sam, you have 2 more strikes. You can make some ground up
I
here.
don't know. Non-QB too. That's tough.
Well, it's a little too easy. You can name a couple of the QBs pretty easily. So
Yeah, that's true though.
yeah, that's why I did non test your guys' football knowledge.
Knowledge.
All right, Sam, you got.
Well, he only played for a few years. Like he only played really good for a few years. So hopefully that doesn't hurt his grade. It probably will, but I'm gonna say OBJ.
He is not on the board.
Oh no. Shoot.
One more. Come on, Sam. Think of those. Those are kind of meatball guesses. I'm not gonna lie.
What they're meatball guesses.
Yeah,
I
especially
was
Julian Edelman.
Okay. After Sam's guess, I'm gonna do one more because I think about I want to say this guy, but I didn't want to. Anyway, so you go, Sam.
Okay. I'll say my last guess. Gosh, I don't know. Le'Veon Bell.
That is incorrect.
I was gonna go with Adrian Peterson.
He's
That's
also not
incorrect.
on the board.
Wow.
Really?
No.
Holy crap.
All right.
I'm
So number
surprised.
5. So this is just PFF, by the way. So this is their grading. Number 5, Julio Jones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
Number 4, Von Miller. You obviously got Gronk at 3. Number 2, Richard Sherman. And number
That's
1,
five, I
Aaron
think.
Donald.
Oh
Aaron-
wow.
Hey,
Aaron
Yeah.
Donald played like one season in the 2010s, though, right?
now he played.
No, he was like drafted in 2014. Yeah.
Oh.
2015. I think.
I couldn't have been more wrong on that.
All
I
right.
will definitely backtrack.
All right. Next one. Top 5. So this is according to theathletic.com. Top 5 NFL stadiums.
Ooh,
Sam, you have
okay.
first guess.
This is interesting.
Oh,
And this was
Top
updated
five
from
stadiums.
this year. So this is from this year. So
Ooh.
just keep that in mind.
top 5 and what though?
This is just top 5
Yes.
that
Like
they rank. The
overall?
Athletic rank, just overall best stadium.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Arrowhead is up there.
They took like I think Google ratings too, and just other stuff, but they just made their own list. You say Arrowhead, Sam?
I'm not biased or anything, but I'm going to say Arrowhead.
Well, Sam, that is incorrect.
No.
I'm gonna go with Lambeau.
Lambeau.
Okay, that's a good guess.
Lambeau is our number 3 answer. That is 3 points for Matt. All right, Sam.
Oh, gosh. That takes a second to think about.
I already got like a couple on my head right now that I really hope you don't take.
Really?
So
Oh,
Okay.
Matt could run away this round.
Yeah, he might run away
Better
with it.
block him, Sam.
Lambeau definitely would have been one of my top picks too.
Come on, Sam.
Was this posted like this year?
Yeah, from August 21st,
Okay.
2023.
Okay. Oh God.
Come on,
I have
Sam.
a feeling this is also gonna be wrong, but I'm gonna guess SoFi.
SoFi Stadium.
Yes.
So number 2 answer. That's a big one for Sam.
That's a dub.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Nice.
That's the
I'm
first
gonna
time
go
you've gotten
AT&T.
top 2.
I'm gonna go AT&T Cowboy Stadium.
Ooh. And you've been there too, and I've been there actually as well. That's
Yes,
our number
sir.
4 answer. You guys are doing really good with
Okay.
this board right now.
There's some personal bias in that one. Might have to review that last call.
So you're missing number 5 and number 1.
Okay. Shoot, who would number 1 be then? If it's
I have
not
a guess for one. I think I know, but
if it's not SoFi or Lambeau,
I got a couple.
that's tough. Man.
Are we gonna clear the board? We'll have to see.
Oh, can I let Matt guess first?
No,
Okay.
No.
not allowed. Do you
Yeah.
really want him to guess first either? Anyways, if he gets it, then yeah, that's bad strat.
That's true.
No, that's not allowed. You have to guess.
It's just
Sam.
it's only because I have like no thought coming into this, and I think Matt has all the answers already.
You're on time. You've been
Oh,
taking too long.
gosh. Okay, I'm gonna say Heinz Field.
That is incorrect. Sam is at 2 strikes.
Go with Lumen Field, so the Seahawks one.
Oh gosh.
That is our number 5 answer. So extra point for Matt, who still does not have a strike. So if Sam gets this wrong, you have 3 cracks at number 1.
Dang.
Just
Okay.
saying. So Sam,
So-
you could clutch up and get this and be ahead of Matt. If you get this right, you're ahead of him after this round. Come
Okay.
on, Sam. Think.
I'm not gonna get this.
Just
I'm not
think.
gonna get this. There's like 3 different stadiums I could guess, but I don't think any of them are number 1.
Hey, I will allow if you want. I don't know if Matt's doing it or not, but I will. Are you looking at stadiums, Matt?
No.
Yeah, is
Okay.
Matt
Okay.
cheating?
Okay. Then.
No.
Guys-
This is all like I have like
Am
I
I have to
already
throw
have
my
guessed.
challenge?
Well, you're on your phone. I wasn't sure if you're like looking through them. Just
Oh
want to
no,
make
I'm
sure.
looking at my time. No, I already have a guess for my next one. I could
All
tell
right.
you right now.
All right,
but
Sam. I'm just gonna go. You have 10 seconds.
Can I have a hint?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Sam. Just guess.
Don't clown on me for this. US Bank Stadium.
Vikings.
Yes. Just tell me I'm wrong.
Why are you laughing, Matt?
Just tell me I'm wrong.
That's the number 1 answer.
Is that really?
Yeah, it's actually number 1.
What?
Yeah, US Bank Stadium.
What? That's the number 1 answer?
Yeah, let me see if I can focus. I don't know if you can see
I
that.
don't.
But
Oh no, I can't see the top part. I can see
Yeah.
the text. Oh my
number
god.
one is US Bank Stadium.
No
Matt, was that
way.
one of your guesses?
How is that number one? That's
My
crazy.
next one's gonna go Mercedes Benz.
Sam, you have the lead now. And we
I-
cleared the board. So good
I
job,
don't
you
know
guys. You
how.
guys know your stadiums.
I mean, man, I did good on that. But how does that beat
Well, this
when
is what this says on here. This wasn't even close. Half of the voters placed it number one in their rankings. It also topped our list 3 years ago. Although it's an indoor venue, half of the roof is transparent and the wall behind the end zone facing downtown Minneapolis is glass, allowing in a considerable amount of natural light. So,
that's cool?
yeah, Sam,
Makes me want to visit it then.
you literally just took
I
the
don't know
lead.
how.
Going into our last topic.
How?
All right,
No.
last topic. And Matt does have first guess, so this is important.
I just want to say I had no strikes. I just got the 3 like lowest ones. So
Sam got the 2 highest with 2 strikes. That's crazy.
Switched up. Let's go.
All right. Now this is from ranker.com. So I think people go on and vote for these. So this is random polls. And this is from, I'm trying to see if I can find the date. This is from 2022. I couldn't find one for 2023. I tried my best, but this is from 2022. The top 5 best NFL commentators.
Oh.
So
Number
this
one
is
is Joe Buck,
2022.
by far.
I don't think there's much shift from this year to from last year. So I think it's okay still. But yeah, top 5
Okay.
commentators. Matt, first guess.
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo. Number 4 answer. Good start. Matt has retaken the lead. 13-12, if you want to know the score.
You like to
All
make
right,
it. Yeah.
Sam.
Joe Buck.
Joe Buck. Joe Buck is not on the list.
What?
A lot
I'm
of
gonna
people
go
don't
with-
like Joe Buck, man.
That
I'm gonna go
I
with,
mean
Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman is not on the list.
wow.
One strike for each of
Just
you.
like that, we both have a strike.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Jim Nance?
Jim Nance.
Yeah.
He
that's a good
is
one.
our number 2 answer.
Holy freak, dude.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
sir.
Uh-oh.
Who's number one? I just want to know who's number one then.
See if you can guess it.
Well,
All right, Matt,
I gotta guess though.
with a strike.
Oh my gosh. Who? I don't know the names, dude. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
I have to think about it too.
For the names. Let's see, because Jim Nance is the one who's with Troy Aikman, or not with Troy, but with Tony Romo right now.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then Aikman and Buck do theirs. Bro, what are the?
By the way, just to you guys know, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck are 15th and 16th, so the voters on this page
What?
clearly don't like them.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Anyways,
That's pretty crazy.
continue. Matt, you got 10 seconds.
Oh, Chris Collinsworth.
This
Oh.
one hurt me. He's not up there either.
Are you?
I would have
what?
guessed. I would have guessed him too.
Ugh, you like
What?
Chris Collinsworth?
Yes, Chris. A lot of people don't. I love Chris
Yeah,
Collinsworth, man.
no, I'm not.
Freak.
I'm not a fan either.
All right, Sam, back to you.
Okay.
If you get the number
I'm-
one answer, you win.
that is true. I'm gonna
Just
go with my
saying.
personal favorite. I'm gonna go Kevin Burkhardt.
Good guess. I think he was like right outside. I'm pretty sure he was 6th. So that is
Oh my
incorrect.
gosh.
All right, Matt.
No.
Down to his last strike. If he gets number 3, number 1, or obviously number 5, he could stay alive. So you have to get one of those.
That's crazy.
stay alive.
What's gonna be then? Matt's in his deep dark thinking cave.
And is this like all time or current?
This is current. These are all current
These
announcers.
are all current.
Yes, they are.
Should I know the number one? Like, should I know top 5? Like, should I know them?
You're gonna know the name. You'll know the names. That's all I'll say. Because, like, they're an current NFL announcers, so you're gonna know their names.
Yeah.
All right, 10 seconds. Will Matt clutch up? Stay alive?
Let's go with Swagoo or whoever it is. The one who has like the 2 minute, like the what's his name? The one who is like the NFL in 10 minutes. And it's like, here for the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? What's his name?
Damn, do you know? I don't know who he's talking
No,
about.
he does the 2-minute. Hold on. I'm gonna look and say
Wait. I can look it up for you real quick.
Yeah, it's like the 2-minute like NFL countdown, you know?
Okay. I just typed in exactly what you said. Chris Berman?
Yeah, Chris Berman.
That is incorrect.
Oh, okay.
Sam has officially won,
Woo!
I might let Matt have an extra bonus
No,
guess. No?
no.
I'm more right than you, Sam.
You might have, but
Okay. Sam.
Let me just say.
What do you mean? What do you mean you might have?
I think
have.
I think I have a pretty good lock. Well, I'll just say I think I'm a pretty good lock for who would be the number one announcer.
Okay, who is it? You have two more guesses.
If you give me the stage, Al Michaels.
He's our number 3, actually.
So,
3 more points for Sam.
Okay.
All right.
Who's
Now,
number one,
are
then?
you willing to give Matt a chance to tie if he gets the number 1 and number 5 correct in one go? He has to name number 1 and 5 in one go.
I have like no more guesses. Like I literally don't
Yeah.
know. Like, can I just make the Manning cast? Can I say Peyton and Eli?
Dude,
like,
Peyton is like number 10 on there. I'm actually
I mean, that's what
serious.
I'm saying. Like,
But
I don't know.
all right. Well, Sam, you can just run your score up if you get these. So you have 2 more
Okay.
guesses still.
Well, I don't really know. I was hoping Al Michaels was number 1. I mean, it's cool he's number 3, but yeah, we've already said about all people that I know of like by name. I mean, I can say one for the memes. I know Charles and I love him. Gus Johnson.
No, he's not on there. I honestly would have been
Shame.
shocked. Yeah.
That's a shame, man.
Last
He
one.
should be
Last guess.
Oh, okay.
I will say,
Uh,
is this Sam already won? So yeah, just go ahead.
No.
Just guess him. Just say
There is
something.
one we totally forgot though.
I'll let Matt say who he had.
You're
in
just
mind.
gonna forfeit.
I was just looking at like,
Yeah, no
and you
farting.
know what's funny when you put in NFL commentators, it's literally like half the people that we said, Sam, like literally like all of them.
Mhm.
Who is it,
But
Matt?
Mike Rico.
Mike Trico's number 5.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Mike
Number
Trico's
5.
pretty good.
oh, that's like because I was thinking about okay, like in my mind I can hear their voice. I just had no idea like if I could do like the voice impressions, I would do them for you.
If you would have told me what he
I like
was on,
Trico.
like what if he was on NBC Sunday Night Football, I would have given it to you. But
yeah, no, I was thinking because I told like so Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, they're usually Monday night. That's usually or the afternoon games. That's usually what they do.
yeah,
And then you have Chris Collinsworth and Aikman. They're CBS. Like Joe, they're CBS. Like Jim Nance and Romo are CBS, and they always do like the AFC Championship game. I know that it's always on CBS. And then Sunday Night Football, you have Tirico, and then who else do you have?
Collinsworth.
It's Collinsworth. Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's an NFL commentator because he's on Amazon now, but I would say Kirk Herbstreit, but I know he's more college. Or like Chris Fowler, but he's also college, I think, too. Even though they do the prime.
So the number 1 answer, this guy is, I would say, also a figure, an announcement for March Madness.
I don't know.
It's not Dickie V.
I mean,
No.
if it's not Jim Nance,
Is it Brent Musburger or
No. This guy is really good at commentating. He's great. He's great in March Madness. He had the Furman, Virginia game.
That's Jim Nance, right?
No, that's not Jim Nance.
I don't think Matt and I are.
He threw it away. He threw it away.
Kevin Harlan?
Kevin Harlan is number 1. Yes.
Kevin Harlan is awesome.
I do like Kevin Harlan a lot. He's great.
Mike Green, right? He's the one who goes, bang!
That's Mike Green, yeah. That's
Mike
NBA.
Green, yeah. Mike Green, yeah.
No, Kevin Harlan's number 1 on this for NFL because he does do it for CBS. He does like the 425 games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're
He's
right.
awesome.
You're right. Yeah.
All right. That was NFL Football Feud Sam taking the
Fun.
dub. It looked like Matt was going to run away with it, and
Yes,
you
sir.
clutched up in the stadiums. You really did.
Yes, sir.
So
I don't know how. It was like the two.
Sam is owning Matt right now. Fantasy and now this.
Dang. Yeah.
There
I
is
mean-
no, since it was impromptu, no punishment or anything. I didn't set
I mean,
that.
to be
so.
fair, I did get more right than Sam, but
Hey,
his were worth
Hey,
more.
Sam, you know what your response is? A win is
Quality
a
over
win.
quantity.
No, a win is a win.
I know. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, so we might have to do like a more like rounds, so we can potentially
Yeah.
do this in the future because it was really fun. I liked seeing you guys guess. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I enjoyed that. So
Yeah.
thanks, Charles.
You're welcome. We obviously went over, but I think it was worth it because that was a fun segment.
We did go over, but it was worth it. But as the loser, I can wrap us up since I lost.
Agreed. It's only fair.
Thank you all for listening to this episode. I know it's going to be a little bit longer than what we usually do, but hopefully it was pretty fun. I guess Sam just has really good guessing skills because you could tell he had no idea what the freak he was saying for the stadium. I can't believe he got that, but hey, hats off to you, Sam. Good job.
Thank you.
The announcers were pretty good. Like I said, I had thought I had some couple good ones. But I mean, even as Charles said, there's some things that I like that he doesn't. I love the Manning cast and he does not, right? So there's just a little difference there, so it's kind of hard to, do that kind of stuff. But we appreciate you all for all the support that we get, for you guys that listen to it on our streaming services such as Apple and Spotify, Google, Amazon podcasts, all that stuff. And for those of you who also watch on YouTube, we appreciate it. Hopefully everyone has a great rest of their week, and hopefully this podcast finds you all well, and can't wait to talk with you guys on our next episode, which will be, I believe, we record Sunday, upload Monday. So can't wait for that. And remember, a win is a win. Peace.
That's right. Peace out.